Hi, welcome to another edition of Design Spark Ask the Expert. And today we're going to be talking about energy efficiency and sustainability within electrical distribution systems. We're talking to Siemens, and I have Christoph and Andreas with me today. Hi, guys. Would you like to say hello to Design Spark and introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Happy to be here. Thank you for having us, Greg. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I'm Christoph. I'm placed in the environment of electrical products, and I'm located in the product management. And my role is, and my responsibility is, to tackle the topic of sustainability, to get this into our strategy, and to get this into our products. So that's my job. That's our strategy. That's our passion to be here really on top of the technology, let's say.
Great.
Yeah, and I'm Andreas. Thanks, Greg, for being part of this discussion today. I'm in the same area as Christoph, also in the electrical products organization at Siemens, and I'm heading the product management team for the molded case circuit breakers, which we today also will talk a little bit about what kind of features and benefits they are bringing to the customers under the aspect of sustainability and energy efficiency. So good to be here.
Could we just start? Just a quick overview. If we're talking about electrical products and electrical distribution systems, you mentioned there obviously various different products that can go in, such as circuit breakers. But just for our audience, could you just elaborate a little bit more on the types of products that we're looking for or looking at inside the control systems?
Sure. The products have a very broad bandwidth, let's say, and it's all products that are on the low voltage side of the power distribution, and it's products, let's say, that are needed everywhere where energy is needed. So the products, they are there to conduct electricity, to switch and to control motors in the industry, to protect the energy systems, let's say, for a safe and reliable energy distribution, power distribution, and control of energy. So we want to make or to help our partners to make electricity reliable and available. Let's say.
Fantastic. So just in terms of the aspect of sustainability, when I think about sustainability, I think a lot around kind of the data management and all of that kind of condition monitoring stuff. And for the electrical control panels, could you just give me a little bit more about what are the sustainable goals, and could you elaborate on how you can bring energy efficiency and sustainability to those products, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the question of it all, let's say, because because as we are providing energy, so the whole topic of the energy transition is, like, let's say, the core of our business. We want to help with our products to make the energy transition, energy revolution happen. So this topic of sustainability is really the core of our business, the core of our strategy as well. So and now the trick is how to help reaching these general sustainability goals that we all have. And I have brought one slide with me. There you see kind of the breakdown. What are the overarching goals in sustainability that we all together need to achieve to make the decarbonization happen, to stop the climate change, let's say. To our target is the detoxification. What does it mean? We want to avoid toxic substances in our products because we want to, let's say, save the biodiversity on our planet. And one also very important topic of sustainability for us is this whole thing of dematerialization. What does it mean? Because our society is growing. We want to keep our level of living standard, let's say. So what happens? What's the consequences? The resources they need to be saved, right? We need the resources of our planet. So that's why this whole topic of zero waste is one strategy, and also the topic of circularity. is super important for us, because we need to work with the resources we have. So circularity means efficiency of resources. So that's, if you say so, that's maybe the overarching 3 top categories of the strategy. And now let's maybe try to break it down to the value we want to create with our business, with our products. To the value created also is important for our partners and our customers. That is the try, and if you like, I can go step by step through these 3 phases or these 3 targets, and what is our answer with our products. Decarbonization. What does it mean? So we need to have a strong look in our factories, what we do here, and also partner strong corporations with our supply chain. The target is to follow the pathway of decarbonization. We want to be net zero latest by 2050, and we have targets for 2030 and so on. So what do? We try to look for the introduction, implementation of renewable energies in our factories, to get our factories more efficient. Digitalization plays an important important part of that, and also help our suppliers to do that. And as you know from our products, we are also in the center of that, because we provide a smart distribution of power that is also efficient. So this is this one part. That I call it upstream, the decarbonization upstream. But of course, the value also for our partners is this decarbonization goes downstream. That means we want to create smart, intelligent, and efficient products that helps our partners, our customers, to save energy. If we have less losses in heat and temperature, in energy losses, I mean, that's not a goal that we follow only 2 years ago. That's our core of our business for decades, right? We are providing efficient products, because saving energy, saving electricity is pure money, right? So that's the advantage with smart products and efficient products. So to say, that's the story of decarbonization. If we want to go one step further to this aim of detoxification, what do I mean with that? Detoxification means that we have a clear commitment, a clear statement that we comply with all the rules and regulations that help to reduce the toxic substances in all our products everywhere in the world. There are coming up more and more regulations. We want to be front runner here. We want to be ahead of the regulations. We want to be proactive to reduce the substances we have in our products, really to follow and to tackle this aim. And to be honest, of course, our customers and partners, they can expect this from us, because we take this topic very serious. So this is a clear statement. Taking compliance to this is clear for us. So the last column, the last aim of these 3 topics is this topic of dematerialization. Here we have, let's say, two things. We have a clear way forward to this topic of zero waste. We want to reduce packaging. We want to reduce all the waste in our factories. This aim that we clearly commit to the outside is in our company. We have a clear plan for zero waste to landfill in all our locations. So this is what we do on our manufacturing side. But the way forward also with our products, with smart products, is that we want to also keep the resources or the materials in the product somehow in a circular loop. It doesn't mean that the product itself needs to be again into operation more and more. It also means maybe we can help the products to be better recycled in the end of the life, and before manufacturing. We are thinking about, we are doing investigations into the topic, how can we introduce recycled substances back in the product. So this whole topic of circularity is a clear strategy we want to push further. And here I also need to say, this is not completely new, even if it's maybe sold now in another way. But for us, the value for the customer has always been, if we have a high quality product, a high asset, of course, we want to provide possibilities to repair the products, to keep them longer in operation and into the processes, right? So this has always been a clear strategy. Repairability and you have also, of course, need to mention the best way to tackle this is always a high quality. Because if you have high quality products that are reliable, that are long lasting, that are, have a high endurance and a high durability and so on, that's the best answer to this topic, because then they do not land in the waste bin after some years, but they are in operation for many years. So this is the answers we want to achieve, or we already have a part in big parts in our portfolio. And with that, we want to really highlight the values for the users. You saw this on the slide. The users really they have the value, they have the benefit, because they have available, reliable energy, long-lasting products, high endurance. They have energy efficient solutions. Compliance and transparency. So I think this is really value we want to create here, right? These goals.
So I'm interested, obviously, on you mentioned the circularity of products, the repairability, and obviously that's, within the business there is a strategy behind that. You offer good, robust products which last for a very long time. So in essence, you're getting the full value of that product. But with the rise of the kind of like the move towards more sustainability and energy efficiency, it sounds like you have a lot in place already. But I was just wondering, in terms of your product portfolio or your strategy towards the products, is there anything that you can share with us? Has that changed? Are there any more developments that you guys are looking at, and how does that roll out against the whole kind of product portfolio?
Yeah, this is really the key, because these targets, they sound a little bit abstract, right? The key in all this story is how to make the breakdown into a clear portfolio and product strategy. And we always had a clear strategy for our portfolio, but now we really fine adjusted this once again, and we want to make it understandable. What is the benefits in this product? And we have a nice example later by Andreas, but really we wanted to make here the breakdown. What is the answer with our products tackling these targets? And to make it really grabbable, to make it concrete, I have brought one slide, this nice circle with our, let's say, 8 main bullet points, 8 targets of this breakdown, because we are product business unit or product business, let's say. So we want to give the answers by our products, right? So let's sort it a little bit in a row. So target 1 and 2. I said already, the thing of compliance is, of course, top serious for us. For example, we comply to REACH and ROS and all these regulations. So this is a given. This is a must. This is clear. One benefit that is new for us, that we want to create more transparency. We want to really show to our customers, to our partners, what is described in this product under environmental aspects. One aspect is the product carbon footprint, right? So we calculate this product carbon footprint in our, it's called EPDs, environmental product declarations. This is a standardized protocol where we see, hey, what are the indicators in this product? What is the material used? What is the carbon footprint in the production phase, also in the use phase, so that we really can see what is this product about. This is important because we want to show it really clear under the point of transparency. So this was point 1 and 2. The point 3 and 4 is more tackling the design and the materials of the product. Here also some new aspects arise. We want to be more efficient in the material use. So we are thinking about what degree of recycled content can we introduce in the manufacturing into the plastics of our products, and so on and so further. So we are having here partnerships with plastic producers. We look on the market what is available for green steel, something like that, and we want to here address really long-term relationships with our supply chain to have the best answers, to have sustainable materials in our products. One funny aspect is, for example, that we investigate, and we already have some products where we recycle in a chemical process. We recycle the chip fat, the deep fryer, out of the deep fryer for chips. We recycle that and put it back into the materials, of course, with no compromise on the quality. But these are aspects where we want to get better and better under the topic of smart materials. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we have talked about the topic of waste reduction. It was the topic number 4. This is also here what we see with smart packaging methods, and also in the future we want to reduce the paper documentation that we deliver with our products. We say, hey, let's put it more in a digital format. You can scan our products, and then you have with the ID link, you can find it on our homepage, the manuals, the handbooks, the certificates. So we see it makes more sense to reduce all this waste in the future. Yeah. Sorry, Greg, you wanted to add something, or was it clear?
I just say it's a really nice, interesting concept. We've been talking for a long time about design for sustainability at the design stage, and what you're talking about here is really at that design stage. How do you design with more sustainability in mind, thinking about maybe circular and repair later in life, but also at the design stage on the material sourcing, the materials used without compromising on quality or robustness. So it's really interesting to understand, more from Siemens, how you guys are actually approaching that. I just want to maybe bring in one of the products that, if we were talking sustainability and energy efficiency, I mentioned before, you can do a lot through condition monitoring to make sure that you're getting the right kind of power balance where you're not being inefficient with your energy use. But on your 3VA molded circuit breakers for customers, if we were then to transfer what you've just been talking about, in terms of sustainability, etc., what would be the benefit for the customer with the 3VA circuit?
That's a good point, and to hand over to Andreas to go into the detail, because this is mainly targeting the use phase of the product, right? We talked about the design, and now let's talk about the use phase. What are the benefits in the use phase? And we will see the topics of energy efficiency and long lastingness and high quality. So this is a good point to hand over. In the end, Greg, we can also talk about then what's our strategy when the product is finally at the end of its life. How do we get it back into the processes of recycling, dismantling, or how can we repair it and reuse it? So this is also some topics. We have some ideas and already some answers today, but let's really jump now to the example, highlight 3VA in the use phase, right? Andreas, sorry.
Correct. Let's have a step into this. As we heard, Greg, from Christoph in the last minutes, there is an overall strategy and an approach for our products to address this targets of sustainability, long lifetime, and energy efficiency. And the 3VA, from my perspective, is a very good example here. And when we just have a look in the use phase, when the 3VA molded case circuit breaker is used, this exactly supports this approach. And I have brought today 2 examples with me here in our discussion to give you and the visitors or listeners to this podcast here what is our answers for this. But before I step into the technical features, what I want to stress a little bit longer, I would bring 3 aspects in, which from my perspective are 100% covered already with 3VA. On the one time, it's a long lifetime product. So as Christoph said, we are looking to design our product on quality approach and reliable products, which works as long as they can. On the other side, maybe a soft fact, but it's a more and more important fact coming up. All our supporting tools for this product are available digital. So just imagine in the past, everything was packed to the product, from the instruction manual to everything you get in one box on site. this is something what we directly stop now under the aspect of sustainability, because we can reduce waste, we can reduce the resources to produce them. And last but not least, also already touched by Christoph, we have these EPDs, these environment protection declarations, to show the customers what is the CO2 footprint over the different stages of life.
Yeah.
So these are the soft facts. But as I said, I brought two examples with me, and one would be the topic of measuring, so energy transparency, and the second would be the topic of condition monitoring, which will help to extend the lifetime of the whole application of the whole power distribution. So when you allow, I would like to tackle the first one, the topic of energy monitoring or energy efficiency. So when we have a look on the slide, what I brought with me, you see the 3VA is one part of the whole Siemens system for monitoring and energy consumption, to make this transparent for the user to see, okay, where are my hotspots in the application? Where is the energy consumed and in what kind of levels? And to get a little bit more the knowledge why this is needed, just one example, when we just look on infrastructure buildings, around 30% of the energy consumption can be avoided when we just know where they are, because then we directly can add at these points to make changes. So in here now, the 3VA breaker comes into the stage. The 3VA offers today integrated in the product a metering functionality. So that means the customer, the owner of the application, don't need additional devices. So all is in this one device. So very simple in the usage, very simple in the operating, and very powerful. And when we combine this then also with our offered software tools like our software power manager, then you have a complete package, a full package for analyzing or creating the data on site in the application, analyzing this data via the software. And with this, you can identify this hotspot, what I spoke about, to really act on these points where you're saying, okay, I have to save energy at this point. So very powerful from my perspective.
This is really interesting in the fact of when I traditionally think about circuit breakers and circuit protection, I'm not really thinking about energy monitoring per se, but it's more energy management to make sure that if something fails, it fails safe, and protection for the circuit. So it's really interesting to hear about the kind of monitoring and the smart aspect that you're bringing into this product.
True, and I think that's also the change with what we see on the one side from coming from this inputs from sustainability targets and sustainable goals, what we all have and what we have to fulfill, definitely. But on the other side, this is the change in the typology and the techniques from this kind of products. Because when we just look in the past, the multi-case circuit breaker, the main target or the main technical feature is to protect the application, the power distribution for short circuit and over voltage. That's the main functionality, and it keeps still also in the future. But all the other aspects are getting more and more interesting, like this energy monitoring, what I said before. And the second highlight, which I would like to raise shortly here, is the topic of condition monitoring. So this is the step after the energy management.
Yeah.
So energy management shows everything what is happening in the application. But for this, you need running components, and 3VA is a component in this application. So it's also important to understand how healthy is my product, because it doesn't help you, it doesn't help us, it doesn't help the customer if we have to change this product over the lifetime quite often because of different effects. And for this, the topic of condition monitoring comes in place, which shows you early in stage how healthy is the product, what kind of circumstances are around which maybe impact the product themselves, and keeps at the end the application running. And if the application runs, also the sustainability topic, the energy efficiency, all these aspects are getting more and more beneficial for you and for the customer. So when we just take one more aspect on the topic of condition monitoring, as I said, the product is designed for overshot voltage and short circuit protection. But on the other side, it doesn't help you if the application gets shut down. So then you lose money, then you have to restore, then you need material maybe for replacing, then you need personal stuff on site to get it done. So in all these benefits are getting addressed with solutions on the 3VA breaker with the topic of condition monitoring. So all over, I think a win-win situation for all of us, for the for the environment and the application, because it's still running and you don't have to change products early enough. You can save resources, and yeah, at the end, it's beneficial for all of us.
Absolutely. The whole aspect of energy monitoring and condition monitoring is one that I like to follow quite a lot, but I hadn't really appreciated the bringing the monitoring back within maybe the control cabinet. So for our users, what are we looking at in terms of the technology behind that in your circuit breaker, for example?
Yeah, I try to answer the question as follows. So in the circuit breaker, you can understand it like this: is an integrated metering inbound or integrated in the product themselves. So and this has the function to get these data points, make the transparency of your energy flow, energy consumption, and then in combination with the software, this is the round package to make it completely transparent for you, for the customer to see, okay, where are the spots, where can I have to act for, and where I can make my application more efficient, and efficient at the end will be found in costs, and of course on the aspect of sustainability as well.
Yeah, and again, that was the kind of maybe the second point around the measurement of the energy consumption. How does that then integrate into those cost saving activities if you look through where energy has been consumed and where cost has been attributed, for example?
Maybe if I may jump in,
Yeah.
Andreas. I mean, the cost of energy is not a linear function, so there are some times of the day, some phases where it's more expensive. So I think the solution can be things like the peak power management, where you see where do we have phases where the most energy is needed, and then how can you scratch off these peaks and somehow balance the process better. Then in the end, you have a very a clear and stable process with an optimized energy. And I think then in the end, you can talk about not any more over dimensioning everything, but you can see exactly how to plan your process. And this is not only the cost of the energy, but also the cost of the products that you need for this process and for this application. If this makes sense for you, if this helps to answer your question.
Absolutely, because my thinking is obviously that the more intelligence you build into the system, the more you are able then to interact with any of the data, and you can start to see where efficiencies are and can be made. But you do need to have those products which can give you that level of information. And it sounds like with the FreeVA circuit breaker, not only is it a product which is built to last for a lifetime and protect your installation, it's also telling you exactly how well that installation is actually running at a particular point through its smart capability of energy management with that inbuilt function. And then using that with your power management programs, you can then start to build up a wider picture of your overall installation.
Exactly, that's the way.
Yeah, I think this is in general a very clear trend that we see in all the industry. We have a good footprint of really efficient and well-protected energy systems. What happens now is that we add on smart sensors on these components that we also make the whole thing transparent and give the potentials for optimization. I think this is one further step of the whole digitalization story of ours. We need to get the data out of the applications, and we definitely support this with, for example, this product.
All these features, beside the standard features what the product have, this is we will implement step by step in our new products which are coming in the future as well to the market, because they are important for addressing this kind of requests from the market and bringing these benefits to the customers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I think you're absolutely right, and I'm really appreciating today that what you've shared with us in terms of your approach to energy efficiency and sustainability, even from the design stage right through into the product and afterlife stage, if you like, if you're talking about circularity and repair and how you bring those products back into the kind of circular environment. and then also sharing with us the information around your products, particularly obviously the 3VA molded circuit breaker with smart function and energy monitoring entailed within that. It's been a really fascinating conversation to discover more about your products. And as I said before, for me, condition monitoring was always kind of outside of the cabinet. The motor, the assets that you're monitoring. It sounds like, with what you guys are doing, there's a lot more that can happen within the cabinet, and you're bringing that to light and making the best use of the technology. So I really do thank your time on Design Spark today, and I hope we can talk to you again real soon.
Thanks very much for having me here.
Greg.
Bye-bye.